Oh my god, it's awful.
At least you get to play as. Oh, we have a race
Oh.
starting. All right, hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to random.
All right, so Stoops Longsus, a heart container already. We'll get these streams synced up in just a moment here.
Some love in the first chest. By the way, I got permission from Hiei before I stole his line, so.
Real quick, we already had a look at the map. We have a green pendant in Eastern Palace and crystals in the other Light World dungeons. I saw 4 at Desert. I didn't see what number Hera was, but I don't think it was 5 or 6. But we'll just mark up what we know for sure to start off with.
Interesting. So green pendant in Eastern Palace. I hope that doesn't well, actually, we all hope it does portend either Sahasrahla holding something important or maybe a pedestal required seed.
We'll see. We do need the bow to get that, though, so we already have bow eliminated as a possibility for pedestal.
True.
Alright, just a rupee. We already had a bomb drop for Yogi, so he'll be able to check the extra items as he escapes the sewer. So yeah, we have a really rich seed so far, 2 rupees already for both runners. They're only they're already 4% of the way to being able to afford that item at the bottle vendor. Pretty hype.
So as we run through here, so we got 1 bomb drop here, so Yogi will be able to check out the bombable area.
Ooh, that was a really nice poke into a slash, killing that blue guard for Mysticum.
Double tap.
Running in there backwards, really good. I see runners employ that strat in the boomerang room, but I've never seen anyone do it there. It worked pretty well. So again, Mysticum is slightly ahead right now, but yogidamonk has that bomb. Mysticum actually doesn't look like he's bothering to farm for bombs. Maybe he'll wait till he gets to the sewer, since the rats and the ropes are a little easier to kill. Maybe he'll just hope to get one off of the mandatory guys.
It's also possible he's just running a gambit knowing that the logic will not allow him to be stuck by the items in the sewer.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of value in the sewer so far, and just as you said, the logic will assume you have at least a gray glove to get down there. So...
almost in complete sync there.
Yeah, despite Yogi's farming, he's still a little bit ahead. Oh, there's the bomb drop Mysticum needs.
So I thought Yogi was going to use pot strats on the ball and chain, but nope, used it to kill the other guard.
Yeah, he fooled me too. And Mysticum, meanwhile, using 2 pots, and we have another heart container here.
Lots of love early on in this seed.
Yep.
So as they get out here, normally there are 2 strategies once you get out of escape. I think the vast majority of people tend to just go straight to Kakariko Village, although some will run down to Swamp Palace. Yogi, Cross Product, what's your take on that?
We could ask Yogi.
We could.
Well, we'll find out what Yogi thinks in a minute, I guess. Well, I think it depends on your bomb count. If you don't have at least 2 bombs, it's kind of pointless going down toward Lake Hylia, because you need to check the so-called Light World Hype Cave and the Ice Rod Cave. So without 2 bombs, I'm heading over to Kakariko Village every time. Plus, I always want early intel on what item the Lumberjacks have.
Right.
If I find out that Agonim's... Yeah.
Whether or not Aghanim is required for this particular seed.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that may make Aghanim required.
But it's also your earliest indication of whether or not you can do it. So if you find, Master Sword or Cape early, you need no other items to complete Aghanim, so you can go ahead and knock that out, and you can also check the pyramid item at the same time.
Yep. Sometimes it's nice to find a better sword upgrade, or maybe even Burna, or it's just something that makes Agate Tower a little bit easier. One of my favorites to have in Agate Tower is a fire rod. You happen to
But
get
come on,
that
we all
early.
know the best thing to have for Aghanim is the bug catching net, so you can use it to reflect his energy rather than the sword.
Yeah, I don't even think that you can beat him without the bug net.
I thought it was a required item too myself.
Yeah, we'll see though. Maybe these runners know a way around the bug net Aghanim strats.
So generally in a no major glitches run, it's a good time is sub 6 minutes getting out of escape, but obviously that's going to take a little longer in randomizer because you want to do everything to farm for a bomb if you absolutely can.
Yeah, Yogi doubling back to grab a red rupee also. He's going to try to hit that 100 rupee threshold by the time he gets to the bottle vendor. Probably pull on some trees, try to get some from there too. And there's
300. Oh, mirror! The mirror!
Yep, he'll have to be careful not to use the mirror right here, as it'll warp him to the entrance of Hyrule Castle. Actually, it might actually warp him to Zelda's. Okay, Zelda's.
Yeah, I think it's a risk he doesn't want to take right now.
Yeah, so if you're thinking I'm gonna use the mirror to erase these blocks, don't do it. Trust me.
Because, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cross Product, but that's because the escape is the only dungeon in the game that has individual checkpoints placed on it.
I guess Turtle Rock and Desert Palace too. But they're different entrances, so it's a little bit of a different situation. So you might be right about that. But
so
yeah,
both of them
I know when you rescue Zelda, that gives you a checkpoint at Zelda. Like if you die or if you save and quit, you'll start there.
Right.
So
That's
I think you're right.
All right, so Yogi is going to go ahead and do a quick pull. Only single rupees. Gets an unlucky pull there. He's going to check out the lumberjacks. Looks like Mysticum is as well.
Yep, gonna see.
And just some love. So, as far as we know right now, Aghanim will not be required.
So I guess Aghanim's a lich. That's why he has his soul locked away under the lumberjack tree. That's his phylactery.
Absolutely.
D&D nerds. if you are like I am. Or at least I used to be.
Oh, I used to be as well. Oh, hey.
It's that glove. They can go back and get the mirror now. So I was going to point out that they kind of circumvented the logic by getting the mirror early, but since the glove's right there, they've caught up to it. So no need to even point that out, Cross.
It's almost as if I knew what I was talking about when I said the logic will not will not let you screw it up. Okay, and that is actually the Titan's mitt, is it not?
No, it was a gray glove.
Okay.
It looked gray. It's kind of hard to tell with all the fog, but
yeah. Not only the fog, but when we're the commentary stream doesn't have quite as much resolution as the stream that gets out to Twitch.
Yeah, we're getting Power Glove confirmation.
Okay.
Yep. So you got the Power Glove on.
Alright, Thieves' Hideout in Kakariko. Usually a quick trip through Kakariko involves the cave by the well, Thieves' Hut, the bottle merchant.
Fortunate bomb count things. Fortunate things to blow. Fortunate blow up balls.
Boom booms. They're boom booms. Timed boom booms.
So there's the +5 bomb meg, which actually increments your bomb count by 1, plus the 3 bombs. So he's gonna have enough to clear out Kakariko Village here.
Needs 1 for the cave by the well. Needs 1 for the chicken hut, and possibly 1 for the race game, depending on what item is there.
Yep. Oh, I also want to point out that the Thieves' Hideout in the forest had another 300 rupee chest, so they've got pretty much everything all the rupees they're gonna need for the rest of the run.
Early vanity shield, I mean mirror shield. You can use that to kill Medusa.
Yeah. Or what would be the closest thing to Medusa in this game? I guess like blind.
Probably. Just as Perseus used the reflection in his shield to turn Medusa to stone with her own gaze.
Yep. I guess it's kind of like an anti-vanity mirror in that case. You make other people look at themselves rather than you.
That's true. Of course, it could also be how blind got the way she is. Oh.
Oh, wait, was it Titan's Mate? You might be right about that.
Yeah, I can't. Somebody needs to open the menu to make sure. As
Another
the
300 rupee chest. Wow. This seed is rich in rupees and love.
I know the chat's saying blind's a guy, but certainly looks like a girl when you pick her up in the bottom of the dungeon. So that's what I go with.
I guess he's Flea from Chrono Trigger in that case.
It could be.
Alright.
Is Yogi gonna check out the library? Or is he gonna play? Okay, yep, he is.
Okay, it was Titan's Mitt. I'm heavily outvoted. Shovel in the library, so you know Boots could initiate a fetch quest there.
And what is in our racing game? Just 3 bombs. Okay, I thought for a second there Mysticum was gonna actually just go for it and bomb the wall, and he would have been sorely disappointed had he done so.
Yeah, both runners with the scumbag item check pays off. It's not really scumbag.
Now it's time for Light World Hype Cave.
Yeah. Looks like Yogi's taking kind of a long route, skipping the dam, but maybe he's got plans to head to the desert after this.
It's possible. He might.
Mysticum doing likewise. Interesting.
So perhaps they feel that it's so close to Link's house that when they save and quit, it doesn't actually waste any time, particularly if they're going to run around and try and get into the Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah. Also, I do want to mention that yogidamonk looks like he bought some bombs. There's a bottle.
Blue mail, bloomerang!
Rupees, and a Bart.
That's sort of hype.
Okay.
Could have been more hype, but, you know, Light World Hype Cave.
I mean, you don't know. That bottle could get you something.
True. Neither player was able to go to Sick Kid because neither one of them had a bottle. So the question is, will one of them forget about it, and will that be a deciding factor in the race? Yogi here deciding to use fake flippers. Again, another thing that the logic in casual mode will never require you to do, but if you watched, I think we had a race 2 nights ago where using fake flippers was a decisive strategy that would have...
Yeah, basically circumvented like an 8-item chain.
Yeah, Adirondack Rick posted the chain up on Paste Bin, and it just makes your head hurt to look at it.
I remember that one. Mysticum heading up to Death Mountain. With the mirror, he'll be able to pop into Hera, which is a crystal. It's possible for him to finish it, but it's possible that he won't be able to finish it. He needs to find the big key in one of the first 2 locations. Unless he manages to grab Lantern or Fire Rod on his way up there.
Yeah, Hobo just having a +5 bomb upgrade for Yogi, so... You know, those are the type of things you have to do in Randomizer. You have to make a gamble on whether or not that out-of-the-way item is going to pay off.
And it's flippers, so yogidamonk, thinking he outsmarted the logic by many steps, just skipped really 1 step so far.
So Yogi heading out to Eastern Palace, probably just going to check on Sahasrahla here. It's 3 items, so it's not a bad play at all.
Yep, 3 items here. There's Quack and another bottle.
With a fairy, so Yogi has a safety fairy in the event that he ever gets in trouble. So Moon Pearl is up on Spectacle
clutch.
Rock.
He'll be able to get that. It instantly equips his mirror to grab that Moon Pearl.
Absolutely.
What was inside the cave? Oh! I don't know
Oh.
Japanese, but I think that says, I'm gonna waste your time. I'm a little ball and I've got nothing better to do.
Because this guy keeps chasing me. Get him off of me. Oh no, don't leave me, damn it.
Mystic, I'm not gonna head into Hera. You know, as I said, might not be able to finish that depending on where the big key lies. And yogidamonk's gonna head up Death Mountain now and grab his flippers. Oh, there is the lamp. Now I'm kind of curious why Mysticum took the Moon Pearl first. If he saw that that was a lamp, I'm
Wondering
going
what.
into Hera. I
Yeah.
disagree, but we'll see. Mysticum has won more matches than I have. So
Mysticum's ranked number 25 on Speedruns Live with 685 points. Now, again, that's not 100% accurate because of it. Depends on how many races you enter, but he's clearly very, very good. So it's tough to doubt him. Although we both would say, I'd run right into Tower of Hera since it's a crystal dungeon.
yeah, it's a crystal. It's got 2 items. But I think Mysticum. I think he's hyped for Hype Cave. I think that's probably what's on his mind right now. You know, as soon as you find the requirements, you get to a well sought after area, whether it be East Death Mountain. Okay, so Swamp's red and Ice Palace is blue.
Well, everybody's least favorite dungeon is, as far as we know right now, not required because I don't know of anyone that likes Ice Palace.
I like it when I'm in go mode.
Well, yeah, because then it only takes about a minute and a half to clear. So Cape over in the chest game, Yogi is going to take our advice and go ahead and clear Tower of Hera.
Heck, why not? 2 items with the lantern will be able to full clear. Now it's a small key. He could still find the big key in the vestibule here. And if he doesn't, there are magic drops inside the lamp room. Oh, fire rod.
Mysticum finding fire rod, yeah.
There are magic drops in the lamp room, so if he has to go down there, he'll have no problem. And he does. But he doesn't do it? Maybe he does. Did he not grab the... He went and grabbed the lantern, right? He saw it there.
Could have sworn he did. Or
it looks like he's headed there now. Whoops.
Maybe that might be one he wishes he could have back again.
Said lanterns for babies, and he says, "Oh, I actually need that." Not that he's a baby, but that he's not grabbing it for the purpose of dark rooms. He's grabbing it for the purpose of progression.
Yeah, it might be because he's hardcore and knows that he can navigate the Palace of Darkness and other dark rooms without it, but then realized, oh wait a minute, I don't have the fire rod and I need it to full clear Hera now.
So he doesn't finish Hera. Huh. Maybe he's waiting until he can clear up East Death Mountain and do it all in one go.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, Mysticum is checking several places.
Brian.
Be able to check a lot of items on his way down to Hype Cave. And only missing Hammer to finish Swamp Palace, but again, that's a pendant, so you might not want to do that anyway.
Oh, the hook shot in the cave. The south of the Haunted Forest Cave, so now Mysticum can go and clear East Death Mountain now that he has the hook shot. Yogi finding the cape in chest game, and is he going to go into Thieves Town, or is he just going to pull the? He's just pulling the pitchfork.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. I mean, since it pushes you downward, he wants to pull it at a time where down is the right way to go, and it's not the right way to go when you're trying to go inside.
Both of these guys seem to be operating on a higher level of thought than either one of us, because we're a little puzzled as to some of the decisions that they've made so far, but we'll probably pay at...
Fire Rod was in the bombable hut.
Correct.
And I'm trying to see. It looks like. What are we missing on the tracker?
I think Mysticum has the
Oh,
lamp.
Mystican has lamp and pearl. Okay.
So Mysticum gonna be
Sorry about
hitting
that, guys.
Hype Cave here. And Sick Boy just has 50 rupees. So he gets the flute in Dark World Hype Cave.
Alright, hype living up to its hype.
Absolutely. And yeah, silver arrows as well, so that will certainly shave some time off of Ganon.
Yep, sorry about being behind on the tracker, guys. There are a lot of items in this siege so far.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be more accurate just to highlight everything. Yep,
Disappointment in Alec Baldwin's digging game.
Yep, just an arrow upgrade.
Alright, everybody, get your swag duck memes ready because it is DuckTales time. And the duck will allow Mysticum to warp all over the map. And with Titan's Mitt, he'll also be able to check the caves near Misery Mire. Actually, he could clear Misery Mire right now if he wanted to. No, I'm sorry, he doesn't have Samaria. He doesn't have Samaria.
Did Mysticum get Quake? Oh, there's a Tempered Sword. He actually could get that. Yeah, there he goes. He's gonna fly back up there and he's gonna mirror to that spot. Grab the Tempered Sword.
I mean, why not?
No, I think, do both runners have Quake? I know, I saw yogidamonk pick it up, but I don't know if, was that in the cave with the blue mail and the mirror shield?
It was. So both of them should have it. No, I just saw on... I think Mysticum has it. Unless I missaw his inventory screen.
Alright, Yogi definitely has Quake.
Yep.
Bugnet was on Lake Hylia Island. So Yogi's gonna go ahead down here and check Hype Cave and he'll find his flute.
And he will be very, very happy here with that outcome.
And silver arrows, nice.
And there is the book. Alright, so that will open up all of the pedestals as well now that Mysticum has the Tempered Sword.
Yeah, maybe this will prompt Mysticum to go ahead up and check Hera as he'll be able to get the Ether Tablet and the rest of Death Mountain since he's got the hookshot too.
It has chat saying literacy hype.
Yeah. Why is the book just rotting away in a cave down there though? Who left it there?
It's like the Necronomicon, man. It was hidden for all eternity.
Whoa.
Mind blown?
Yeah, Mysticum walking into the well, I don't know, I probably would have taken my portal back into the Dark World and then mirrored to get into Desert Palace there, but
Well, I mean, he could get lucky here. He doesn't have the boots, but otherwise he can clear the entire dungeon. He's got fire rod and lantern, so unless a progression item is on the torch in the upper left room.
yeah, it could be a big key, which would lock him out of finishing right now. And
This is a crystal dungeon, and he's
actually, I think if the big key's not here, then the big key has to be on the torch.
Butter Sword.
Nice Butter Sword. Did he already go out and get the Tempered Sword? Alright, Mysticum maybe doesn't realize, unless he got the big key out of the... No, the big key... There was a small key in the center room, so big key has to be on the torch, because the big key can't be inside the big chest, obviously. So he's about to walk in here and be disappointed, I think.
That's why he's got his mirror, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean, it's also entirely
Uh-oh.
possible that Landmalas will have the big key. Ice Rod for the fetch quest with the
Big key
mushroom.
is Ice Rod. That's nice since Turtle Rock's going to be required. So hopefully Mysticum remembers to turn in his mushroom. But Landmola, in fact, cannot have the big key because you need the big key to get into his room.
Correct. My bad. They didn't hire me for my accuracy.
They hired you for your good looks.
Yeah, I know. That's what they keep telling me. I have a face for radio.
Oh boy. I've been told that whenever anybody says that I should be on the radio, I take it more of an insult than a compliment.
That's exactly the point. All right, so Mysticum and yogidamonk, hey, they're high five time.
Yeah, a little bit of a sync here, but Mysticum's going to check the Dark World first, and then probably mirror to Spiral Cave, and then check out the Light World, whereas yogidamonk is starting with the Light World. So, I mean, if you start with the Light World, then you have to jump down after Spiral Cave, then you can go ahead and enter the portal. Well, I guess we'll see right now which way is faster. yogidamonk pinching that chest before opening it.
I think Yogi's is a little bit faster, but not enough to really matter all that much. Although this way he hits the most chests first. Obviously 7 chests in this cave as opposed to only 2 in the Dark World side.
That's true, and I also, well, never mind. I was gonna say... Yes, okay, I was gonna say there's a hammer. Wow. That's... boots are definitely required in this seed, since you have to get the big key in Desert Palace. Other than that, only possible requirements we're missing are medallions, I think. So Yogi's got Ice Rod. Want to check that off here?
Yeah, I just loaded up the tracker, so I'll see if we can't fix this.
Oh, I'm sorry. We need Red Cane too. That's a pretty important one. Is there a thing that we can mark off? Dropped off mirror. Okay. So as I was saying, yogidamonk just demonstrated he can go ahead and see what's on that floating island, since he's starting off in the light world. So I think, and it's just red rupees, but Mysticum's going to have to mirror to see what the item is, and then go back into the dark world if he wants it. So...
And Hookshot Cave proved to be...
It doesn't even look at it. Interesting.
Hookshot Cave proved to be essentially fruitless here, and this is painful, doing Spiral Cave without boots.
Yeah, fortunately, he doesn't run the risk of ramming into a barrier with his sword and getting electrocuted. Ooh, a nice magic drop for him. Oh, he already checked it. Walk of shame. Alright, so he's gonna check Spiral Cave and then Light World Caves, and he'll find himself a hammer shortly. Maybe he'll use that hammer to walk on over to Tower of Hera and Ether Tablet, as there are 3 items waiting for the runners over there.
And maybe one of them will decide to finish Tower of Hera.
What did I say? That's what I meant to say if I didn't. Wait, did I say Turtle Rock? Oh well. You know what I meant. Mysticum going to, knowing his shortcuts, goes to the south cave entrance. Use a mirror trick to erase that block there.
And that is one thing that I had to learn as a newbie here, is I'd never even seen that mirror block erasing trick, and that's only because we're running on the Japanese 1.0 version of the game, which has all of the tricks that speedrunners use.
Yeah, funnily enough, I didn't play the Japanese version when I was a kid. I don't know why.
Yeah, imagine that. I just wasn't available. Alright, so now Mysticum finally finds the hammer. Wonder if any of them are going to check Turtle Rock to see what medallion is required.
And there goes Yogi, you're psychic.
Or psychotic, one of the two. I've been told both.
It could be both. We have Ether required. I don't recall what was required for Meyer, unfortunately. So Yogi the Monk still not going into Hera. And Mysticum... He's kind of cycling around again. Because he's already done Spiral Cave. I guess he's heading up to Hera now. So I think he definitely made one more lap than he ought to have, but...
Yogi checking the cliff by Desert Palace.
It's... I would, if I were him, I'd grab that tempered sword right away, which would be unfortunate because Butter Sword's inside the palace.
Well, it just depends on
and we have
when he
Quake.
decides to go to Desert Palace. He may want to hold that off until later.
So it was Mysticum, you said, does not have Quake. Was that in the Ice Rod Cave, maybe? Because I know that's the spot I think Yogi went to that Mystic didn't early on.
It is possible.
It looks like Mysticum is going to clear up Hera here. There's a crystal and 2 items we've yet to see.
So it looks like Yogi is going to be happy to at least find Butter Sword here in Desert Palace.
Yep, he's going to actually check the lamp item first, so won't even have to do the math to figure out where it is like we did.
So this is going into everybody's least favorite room in Tower of Hera, the biggest time sink that, depending on the distribution of keys or items, you may never have to actually go in.
So yeah, there we go. I just took a peek at Mysticum's item, and he does not have Quake, and he will need that to get into the Misery Mire. Sahasrara had Quake. Oh, it was in Sahasrara's hut, okay.
That's right.
Not Sahasrara proper, but the behind it, gotcha.
Now we have fire. We've got Fire Rod and Ice Rod. The only thing that could be a trip up for Sahasrara to have would be if he has Cane of Samaria
or Ether.
True.
So those are possibilities for Sahasrara. I believe there are also possibilities for Pedestal, since 6 and 7 are both crystals. And that's what you would need the red cane for. So, all pendants are possible to receive, obtain. That's a good word. All the pendants are possible to obtain without the red cane. I did like going with obtain because it rhymed. All right.
Sure. You're a poet and didn't know it, right?
I'm a poet, but then I blew it. Ah, crap. Alright, so
right.
Red Rang, you got that, okay, good. Red Rang and book for Yogi the Monk. And did he pick up the Butter Sword, or did he peace out as soon as he saw the big key on the lamp?
He did pick up the Butter Sword.
Okay.
So we're really hinging on 2 items right now, as we were saying before. We need Cane of Samaria and Ether that neither player has found yet.
So do you think either of the runners are going to go for the bug net on Lake Hylia Island?
I mean, it's required for Aghanim, so they should.
Yeah. That's another spot the runners haven't checked yet, is the pyramid. Which a lot of times can be a hang-up for runners if you're not fighting Aghanim and not teleporting right to that item, it's easy to forget about it. Alright. Good move by Yogi the Monk going into Thieves Town here. 4 items, none of which are really that far out of the way of progressing through the dungeon naturally. And he's got the hammer, so he's guaranteed to clear this out.
Yeah, I played a seed earlier that trolled me with the hammer. Had to go into Thieves Town to get... I think Thieves Town had the Ice Rod, but you got it before Hammer. Hammer was in one of them, was in Mire, and oh my god.
Yep, we have the first crystal of the match going to Mysticum, finishing up Tower of Hera. And didn't see what items he got, but oh, we also missed Boots. Boots could be at Pedestal, man.
True.
Boots at Pedestal. What do you think of that, chat?
We got people calling Boots at Zora in the chat. They could be right. Neither one.
You don't want Boots at Pedestal? Come on, chat.
course we want pedestal. Pedestal required seed. All dungeons, all bosses.
First try, every try. Catfish boots would be kind of funny. You're like, oh, someone fished this up and then threw it back in. As well as an old tire and this book of old fishing gags. Alright, Mysticum right on Yogi's heels entering into Thieves Town. Of course, Mysticum did finish up that Tower of Hera, so he's ahead in that regard, but behind in the Ice Rod game.
And also remember that Yogi has one required item in the Quake medallion that Mysticum has yet to get.
Oh, yep, behind in the Ice Rod and Quake departments, that's true.
That's just... At least Quake is just a quick trip to Sahasrahla, but... The question is, will he do that when Eastern Palace is not a required dungeon, as far as we know so far?
Well, not without the bow. Imagine the bow. Imagine a vanilla bow, though. Big chest at Eastern Palace.
We played a seed the other night where all of us were running around looking for the hook shot. It was in its vanilla location in Swamp Palace in the big key chest. And that's like the biggest troll thing the randomizer can do, is put an item in its vanilla location, because that is almost assuredly the last location any rando runner will look for it in.
What is your least favorite vanilla location? Like, if you had one item that you hope is not in a vanilla location, what is it?
Probably Spike Cave. I think that's one of the most out of the way to get to, and plus you pretty much have to save and quit once you find the item in there, unless you have like half magic or a potion.
But if it's vanilla, then that would just be the Cane of Brian.
That's true. I thought you were asking. I'm sorry. I thought you were asking what's your least favorite location to go find.
Oh, well, everyone's answer to that is Mimic Cave.
True.
What's your least favorite possibility of a thing being in its vanilla spot?
Yeah, you've got to ask a guy with a little bit more experience on that. But because of right now, I will tell you, it's hookshot when Swamp Palace is a pendant dungeon.
Hookshot's bad. Hookshot could be, yeah, if Swamp's a pendant. Even without, I'm reluctant to go into Swamp Palace without hookshot anyway. Ooh, nice magic powder pickup.
Chat's pointing out that vanilla boots would be
would be awful. Yeah. I was thinking of Cane of Samaria because, you know, nobody wants to do a full clear of Mire.
No.
But, man, vanilla boots, I think that if boots are required...
And one nice thing here in Thieves Town is the fact that the powder is in this dungeon, which can really help if you don't have a safety anywhere. Because the greatest thing that the magic powder can do is turn those bunny beams and anti-fairies into real, actual fairies. I know that has saved my behind many, many times while I've been playing this game.
Yeah. So with that powder, I think the runner's probably less likely to go for that bug net.
Almost assuredly.
I know Blind doesn't like pizza jokes, but she did drop a Pizza Heart.
Ooh. You know, I had a friend who entered a pun contest one time. He submitted 10 of them on the hopes that one of them would win, but sadly, no pun intended.
That's a good one. Was
thank
that
you,
friend
thank you.
me?
And the chat's go. The chat wants to ban me now. Okay.
I think we're both banned. I don't even think they're listening anymore, so we can say whatever we want. So who's your who's your favorite person in chat? Mine's Feasel.
Oh god, and the whole chat's going off. Puns like that are a dime a dozen. Thought the pun was pretty Gouda, to be honest. Nope, race over, go home.
We're gonna. Sorry, someone pop in the SRL chat and alert the runners that they're gonna have to start over tomorrow. Sorry, guys. Okay, so he says yogidamonk check Batcave here. Probably. He has the max rupees of 999. But he's gonna spend 10 here. Get a piece of heart. The tickle beam is the hook shot. And the reason it's called the tickle beam is because it resembles the grappling beam from Super Metroid, which some people like to call the tickle beam. I won't name who like to call it the tickle beam.
So,
there's a little history for you.
Batman has +5 arrows. No hype on the Batman.
Arrow upgrade!
Woohoo!
Alright, Mr. Cub's got everything he needs to finish out Pendant Swamp Palace. But it's probably gonna head over to Pyramid instead. Or maybe what's he doing? He's checking Bamos. No, but he went to the right. I guess he is going into. Wow. Looking for the big play here. Going for a dinger. Going for that Pendant Swamp.
Swamp? Any wasps in the swamp?
There's hot dog wasps. Oh, that's right. He hasn't checked this yet. I don't think either runner has. So there's a single arrow. Finally.
Yogi checked swamp. I think there's only unless you know, in my old age, I'm misremembering things.
I thought maybe he did when he went to Hype Cave, because I know for a fact that both of them headed straight to the Light World Hype Cave after clearing Kakariko. So yeah, here we go, Mr. Cum going for that, go for the big home run.
Yeah, it's one of those decisions that you make that if it plays off, you have a huge lead.
Yeah, and also remember, Mysticum is missing more items than yogidamonk, so he's thinking, you know, from his perspective, he's got five items, because he's missing Ice Rod, Ether, Quake, Boots, and Cane of Somaria. Any one of those 5 items could be in here. Whereas yogidamonk, whereas he has 2 of those 5 items, he's only missing Boots, Ether, and Red Cane. He might not be as appealed by Swamp House might not be as big an appeal to yogidamonk because he's only missing 3 items, whereas Mysticum's missing 5. But if yogidamonk checks the pedestal here and the boots are there, then Mysticum's play is going to pay off.
Absolutely true. It's as you keep playing and as you keep checking locations while you're playing this game and you're checking things off in your head, it's like, my God, where are my progression items? Where are they? And the more you start to run into all of these low percentage locations, like say Catfish, which may be where yogidamonk is, although I think he's probably just going to check Death Mountain Cave.
Well, he's got a lot of items to check off between here and there. He's got Bumper Cave here. He's got not King's Tomb because he doesn't have boots, but the mirror spot north of the graveyard. And then with the flippers, he'll be able to swim over to Catfish. And has anyone? I don't think no one's been to Zora's Domain either, so that's kind of along this route as well. So there's a big section of overworld items that yogidamonk's got to clear here.
So only $50 sitting on top of the Bumper Cave.
Yeah, not worth his time, especially since he can only carry 10 more rupees.
So Mysticum skipping left side of Swamp Palace.
Yeah, a lot of times, if I haven't gotten the map or compass yet, and I think there's a chance map and compass are going to be the 2 items over there, then I'll go ahead and clear the boss first.
And just run right back in afterwards and check the other 2 if you've gotten map, compass, and big key.
Just a piece of junk in the graveyard cliff spot. See if yogidamonk finishes his overworld circuit and heads over to Catfish and Zora's Domain here.
When you come at it from Dark World, it's 3 items in one relatively small area, so it's not a terrible play. Although it is out of the way.
Shovel cannot unlock boots because the shovel is in the library. Oh wow! Huge payoff for Mysticum. He's not even gonna finish. He got what he came for.
Absolutely. It's exactly what I was saying earlier, that sometimes you go into a pendant dungeon and it can be the difference maker in that run. It's all about risk reward.
So like I said, I mean, Mysticum probably felt like he was behind at that point, and he was still searching for 5 required items. So Swamp was a pretty easy play. Now I'm kind of curious to see what else is at Swamp, but maybe he doesn't think it's likely enough that a second required item would be in there, and he doesn't want to take the time to fight Argus and check the west side. So we'll see if he ends up having to go back in there later.
So Cliff in Zora's Domain is just a piece of heart. And Mysticum looks like he's going to go ahead and take care of Pod. He has all of the equipment to do it now, including silver arrows.
I guess D is for damp, that's why it was in the swamp.
And Zora has a big life lesson.
Yep. Good old negative 495 rupee pickup for Yogi.
The life lesson is 500 divided by 100 is what, boys and girls?
5? Aww. He doesn't need it anyway. He still has enough. He's done, other than getting in the pod, he's used all the rupees that he needs to use, and he'll, even after opening pod, he'll still have enough left over for 2 blue potions, should he choose to get them.
So Mysticum hits up Sahasrarla's hut and finds Quake, so now he should be feeling a little bit more confident now that he's on the right track, at least.
Yep. He's caught up to yogidamonk in a number of required items. He has the bow over Yogi, whereas Yogi has Ice Rod over Mystic.
And since Turtle Rock is a required dungeon, that is huge. So Yogi's going to go ahead and check out the Ether tablet here.
Yep, and he's going to go ahead and get his Tower of Harriet Crystal as well, probably.
So as you were talking about Swamp Palace earlier, Palace of Darkness is similar in that there are 5 unique items in this dungeon. However, the trade-off is the fact that you need hookshot, bow, and hammer to do a full clear, or not hookshot, I'm sorry, hammer and bow to do a full clear of the dungeon.
Yeah, they're very slight fringe cases where you wouldn't need the bow to clear out Mysticum, or to clear out this place, the Eastern Darkness Palace of Darkness. Anyway, there's a very small chance that bow wouldn't be required to clear it out. But Swamp actually has 6 items, so Swamp's got more than Palace of Darkness even. But it's a pendant, so you know, I'm not too eager to go in there. Well, Mysticum was, and it definitely paid off. And I wonder if he'll finish out Eastern Palace as well, because Eastern Palace will have 3 items plus green pendant for him. And he's right here, so...
And because he does not yet have Ice Rod, that would not be a bad gamble on his part, based upon the knowledge that he has right now.
Oh! I'm sorry, Turbo is correct. You do need the bow to get to the boss. So there we go. Hopefully my tracker displays that information correctly, and I just forgot it, personally.
It does cross-product.
I'm drinking coffee, guys. I'm okay.
Yeah, and I'm not even drinking scotch tonight, yet. I will be after this. I don't know, maybe a 2 or 3 scotches would improve my commentary, but...
Couldn't hurt.
Certainly. Well, I mean, a good scotch never hurts. But,
I think scotch should hurt a little bit. I like it, I like a nice smoky scotch. So, if anything's broke, you heard it, guys. I mean, throw out the Scotch tape. Just get this Scotch whiskey, and that's all you need.
Good Highland single malt. I will take this opportunity though to because you will not promote yourself cross product. And if you go to Cross Product's Twitch channel, he does have a very, very good tracker for you to use while you're playing this game. It will not only check off all of the items that you found so far, but also has a map function to show you what areas of the game are available with the items you currently have. For a newbie to randomizer like me, it is a godsend, and I just wanted to go ahead and shout out my commentary partner here and plug his product because he's too modest to do it himself.
Plug his cross product. Thank you. Yeah.
Bag of Olive says, I thought you were going to say very good Scotch recommendations. Well, Scotch recommendations. I currently, right at my desk, have an Oban 14 single malt, but I'm partial to a Macallan 18.
Red
No,
Cane.
Canis Samaria. Ooh, sorry.
I like Oban's pretty good. I mean, for something that's not too pricey, Oban's a pretty good Scotch.
Yeah, we had to interrupt our Scotch discussion because Mysticum did find the Red Cane, so Red Cane hype.
Yep.
Of course, I don't know that I sounded too hyped when I said that, but hey.
Oh wait, you had checked it already.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a blue cane for Mr. yogidamonk. Alright, yogidamonk, checking the aforementioned spike cave. Using some hookshot strats to get through here fast without boots. Very nice. He'll equip the cape when he's got enough magic to do so. Or when he's got a little space.
Nothing is worse than getting down. You're trying to get as far as you can and not hitting that button in time on your last heart because that.
That could be why yogidamonk chose to use it when he was at 2 hearts.
Yeah. Not that has happened to me or anything. No, never.
Yeah, I can't imagine that happening to anyone.
No.
Bo was in Swamp Palace in the waterfall room. Mysticum is missing boots and ice rod now, and ether. We've not seen boots or ether on either player. Finally, someone's heading up to Skullwoods. Gonna clear that out and hopefully check that pedestal and see the boots are there.
Because if this is a pedestal required seed, well, we're just all gonna have to strap in because it's gonna be a long one, boys and girls.
Although Mysticum's already dipped in the Swamp Palace, and we'll probably do Eastern Palace at least up to the big chest, if not finishing the boss. Oh, nice big key. So yogidamonk opting to go into the north room first, as the room in the southeast corner is guaranteed to have a small key in the chest. Oh.
Pulls a power glove, which is a little bit late for that. Now that
it's so bad.
I love the power glove.
Everyone go watch
so
The Wizard.
What, you mean the 90-minute advertisement for Super Mario Brothers 3?
Yes. That's one of my 3 favorite Fred Savage movies. The other 2 being Little Monsters and Princess Bride, of course.
Okay, if you didn't have Princess Bride on that list, I was going to have to disown that I ever knew you, my friend.
Yeah, one of the bad drawbacks to finding an item there, and where yogidamonk got the gray glove there, that means he doesn't have a small key to go through that room, so he has to go through what I affectionately call the joke room. Alrighty, so does he know his bomb jump? Does he know his bootsless bomb jump? That's the question.
And he
sure does. Another small key. So he's got 2 more chests plus Mothula to finish, and meanwhile Mysticum finishes up Helmasaur King and Palace of Darkness, and we'll see if he decides to head in the Eastern Palace as well.
Now, for my money, Mothula is the trolliest boss in the game because of the fact that if you hit it, and it goes over those spikes, it takes no damage.
That's trolly. So a slight misplay on Mysticum's part here, where he mirrors first before save and quitting. Since he didn't kill Aghanim, a save and quit will always put him in the light world. I'm pretty sure. Even though he's got mirror, I'm pretty sure you have to kill Aghanim to save and quit and start at pyramid. Oh yeah, otherwise
that's correct.
You can just... Okay, because if you don't kill Aghanim and then you save and quit, you'll start on the pyramid, and that'll kind of exploit the logic. So yeah, you definitely do have to kill Aghanim. And that's the reason why. Alright, Mysticum...
Is he gonna head into Mire?
I don't know, he can't. He doesn't have Ether. Oh no, Ether was Turtle Rock. Okay.
Right. Yeah, Mire is Quake.
Yeah. Kind of, it's reverse vanilla, actually.
True. Yeah, I do like the fact that the randomizer can shuffle the medallions required to get into the dungeon, because beforehand Bombos was getting no love whatsoever.
Only as a potential requirement for Ice Palace. Alright, so we have completely different paths from the runners at this point. Mysticum heading over to Pod and then Mire, while yogidamonk gets bunny-eyed in the swamp, or I'm saying swamp, Skull Woods. Will Mothula have these? I'm sure yogidamonk has been trolled and grabbed by that master hand as he was falling down, because he was playing really carefully around it. So he must know his tricks.
Yeah. I believe that the hitbox stays active when you're in a falling animation, but is that only on the Japanese 1.0 version? Did they fix that for later versions?
I believe that is true, that they fixed it in later versions. Alright, yogidamonk opting to use his blue potion rather than falling back on his fairy. A couple reasons he might do that. He might not want to go out of his way. Just checking the map real quick. Might not want to go out of his way to get the bug net to replace the fairy. Blue potion's easier to replace, and the animation's a little bit shorter, and he gets more life back out of it. So yeah, I definitely agree with, and it refills his magic for the fire rod. So there's the second item in Skullwoods, just bombs. So all we had there was the Grey Glove and bombs, and everyone get your pedestal emotes ready. We still have Ether, and we still have Boots, both potentials for a pedestal seed.
And that's, of course, what everyone in the chat wants to see, but none of the runners want to see. Is something on the...
Here we go. It's coming, guys. Coming. Equip the book. A rupee stash.
Alright, so pedestal will not be required in this seed, but that doesn't mean that Boots or Ether won't be in a pendant dungeon.
What was that? They can still be in the dungeons.
Right, that's what I said. It doesn't mean that they won't be in the...
Oh, it does. Yeah, right. As we've already seen Bo in Swamp Palace, of course. Yep, you're right. Is yogidamonk gonna check Swamp Palace? That cheeky yogidamonkey. Regressive swords.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, actually, we had tempered before butter, but then those both came before Master Sword.
Yeah,
so
all three sword upgrades were in the mire/desert area.
Don't forget, we still have a very good chance of vanilla boots. And remember, boots are certainly required. Oh, here's yogidamonk checking out the dam. Boots are definitely required to grab that big key in Desert Palace.
Yeah, since Desert Palace is a crystal dungeon and it cannot be completed without that big key, somebody's got to find the Nikes. Or are they Reeboks? I don't know.
I think they're Chucks.
Chucks?
I think they're whatever shoes Sonic wears.
Da 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 da.
Yep. Those shoes. Alright, so yogidamonk does head in the swamp, and if he makes it as far as the waterfall room, he's gonna go ahead and find himself a bow and be able to shoot those silver arrows rather than trying to stab people with them. You do get a -4 attack penalty for trying to use the arrows as a melee weapon, of course. More D&D talk. Sorry. Alright. I don't think Link is proficient with using silver arrows as a melee weapon.
Didn't take that skill in his last level up.
I mean, it's not really worth a feat to use arrows as a melee weapon.
Feat, not a skill.
Yeah, weapon proficiency is a feat. So I guess it would be an exotic weapon proficiency feat.
Would probably have to be, because that's clearly not their intended purpose.
Although maybe someone gets as a racial bonus that you can treat it as a martial weapon, kind of like dwarves can treat the dwarven war axe as a martial weapon, so that fighters have proficiency with it without spending a feat on them.
Being
I
able
think
to
that was
melee
only that was a change in 3.5, I believe.
Being able to melee with arrows would definitely be a Legolas proficiency.
Yep, and it looks like we might get a difference of path in Swamp Palace as well. See if yogidamonk checks the west side. So, how about if Ether is also in Swamp Palace and Mysticum left too early? We're gonna find out soon.
I think the chat would explode if that happened, and my brain might as well.
And let's not forget, we still have that trolley pendant Ice Palace.
Everyone's favorite.
I'm really looking for a vanilla boots, though. I think that would be swell. Alright, yogidamonk. Very importantly, remembering to grab this key before he floods it and has to reset.
Now, luckily, they did fix that. Or in the original, the way the game was originally programmed, you could flood that key and you could not reset the water levels. That is a fix they had to make in Randomizer so that you could not block yourself.
I know that in Randomizer, if you walk off screen and come back, it'll reset the water. Is that so? That's not true in vanilla, huh?
Well, because it was impossible to.
Right, in vanilla you would need the hook shot to grab the early key, so it wouldn't be possible without glitches. Alright, looks like... Go ahead.
Yeah, so Mysticum takes down Vitreous in Misery Mire, and the longer this goes with no boots, the more it is appearing that Sahasrara might have them. It might be a vanilla boots seed, which I think
still missing that ether too.
Which, as we discussed earlier, might be the trolliest vanilla item to show up in Randomizer.
Imagine chat being right. Oh, he's gonna grab his ice rod here. Oh, he's gonna throw some powder at the witch. He's like, "Is this what you were trying to make?" So if you powder this little green guy, he kind of looks like me. So I call the little green guy anti-cross product. Nice.
Puts on his glasses, gets a little bow tie. Or you tend to rock the bow tie there, cross product?
I never noticed the bow tie. I was just thinking the glasses.
I think he has a bow tie. I could be wrong. Oh well.
He's kind of.
But the glasses are.
I think he's got. Oh, you know what? Okay, you saying he's got? I always thought he had like fat lips. Maybe it is a bow tie. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell with these 16-bit graphics, which actually I think makes these games a lot more charming. That's my opinion, though. When you use your imagination a little bit more.
And props to you, Cross Product, for properly identifying them as 16-bit. Too many people refer to any Super NES Genesis as 8-bit because NES was 8-bit. This is 16-bit.
Mysticum going for that Ice Palace. He said, "I went into a pendant dungeon before and it paid off. Maybe it'll happen again."
That's right.
Or maybe he didn't remember and he's checking. So I think that was that Crystal 6 in Skullwoods? Let me, I think we had 6 in Skullwoods. Let me watch. Yep, 6 in Skullwoods and 7, a vanilla Crystal 7.
back to the bits discussion. Remember, you know, the old man here can remember when it was all about bits, and you were talking about getting tips on the playground. Yeah, it was all about, well, it's got more bits, so it's got to be better. And then the Atari Jaguar came out and disabused everyone of that notion.
And yet Nintendo still came out with a console named after the number of bits after that. So we have yogidamonk picking up his bow, but he's not satisfied. He still wants to find that ether medallion at Argus. Mysticum did not head into Ice Palace. I guess he just forgot that it was a pendant. Had to double check. He has yet to finish out Skullwoods and check the pedestal. Let's see if so his doing the top room first is going to pay off, as he won't be bothered by the holes after opening the middle chest here.
So Yogi's going to go ahead and take down Argus here, who, since he has Butter Sword, only takes two hits.
I guess he's making Shrimp Scampi.
Shrimp Scampi. So Argus just has $5, so it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, Mysticum guessed right in Swamp Palace. But we have 2 more pendant dungeons to explore. So, any overworld locations that we've missed so far? Has anyone checked Purple Chest? I know Purple Chest was checked.
Yeah, Yogi did the chest tour.
Bombos Tablet as well?
Yogi checked that one. And we have checked Batman, so Batman is out. It's entirely possible that Fat Fairy could be required.
Yeah, that's another one. Unless no, Desert Palace was Crystal 4. So Crystal 6 coming out of Skull Woods, and then I think Crystal 5 was probably another Light World one. Maybe it was Thieves Town or Pod. In any case, I'm positive Mysticum has it, because I remember for sure that Desert Palace was not one of the important crystals. So he might have to check Large Marge after finishing up Mothula and Master Sword Pedestal here.
So Mysticum going to go ahead and finish up Skullwoods. He's probably going to check Pedestal.
Sick Kid, that's a good one. I don't think either runner's checked Sick Kid yet.
That is... No, Sick Kid just had $50. I don't remember which runner grabbed
took his medicine money?
They did. Always took his medicine money.
Here's Pyramid for yogidamonk. He's realized he jumped down prematurely. It's a bottle. But it's blue potion. I would say it's worth going out of the way for.
I would as well. You never know when you might need it.
I think if that bottle's empty, I'm leaving it. But a blue potion, I'm picking up any day of the week. They've already got 2 bottles. Alright, yogidamonk is going to go ahead and finish up Palace of Darkness, which is something he's going to have to do anyway. And I want to see yogidamonk mirror over to Eastern Palace and check that out. None of the runners have even stepped foot into that place. So yeah, as far as overworld items go, we have Large Marge, and we have, you said Sick Kid was checked. An Ice Rod Cave. Oh, Mysticum did get Ice Rod, sorry about that. Ice Rod Cave, yogidamonk. I don't know, because he fake flippers.
Right.
Maybe he didn't actually check the cave yet. That's something. Oh, he gets hit. And Kiki says, peace out.
Now, there is a bug where if you get hit or if you mirror away at the wrong time while you have Kiki, you can make Kiki disappear.
Fortunately, that did not happen to yogidamonk. But he did lose out on 10 rupees.
I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from that one, Crosspoke.
Yeah, he's only got 400 left. Alright, so Mysticum is getting ready to breathe a sigh of relief when he finds out it's just a couch stash at the Master Sword pedestal. He goes ahead and picks up his Skullwoods crystal.
Yeah, you know he's going to check it, because at this point in the game, the possibilities are all winding down. I'm thinking one. We're still waiting on Ether and Boots, and I'm thinking one at Sahasrahla and probably one in Eastern Palace.
I mean, vanilla boots to shovel to ether. How about that one?
Hey, it's as valid as any other, and we're running out of options here.
Yeah. Okay. Fortunately, though, the place they're locked out of is Turtle Rock, which is one of the most time-consuming dungeons to have to dip into twice. Both in overworld travel and time spent inside the dungeon, so lucky for them, they can't go into that dungeon yet. Only to turn out empty-handed. But Mysticum checking at Ice Palace. I've seen very few runs where Ice Palace didn't have anything of value.
Ice Palace has 3 unique items in it, so if he's counting right, he might be able to get out of here pretty quick.
Yep. Alright, good execution in the Mighty Ducks room so far.
So if you don't have Butter Sword when you go in there, the hook shot will take those Penguigators out in one shot as well.
1 down, 2 to go, as far as items in Ice Palace go. So yeah, I'm wondering, Mysticum decides to go into Ice Palace, which has as many items as Eastern Palace. But it takes a lot longer to clear out. And Eastern Palace also having that all-important green pendant. A little curious why he went here instead of Eastern. But again, yogidamonk, if he does want to dip into that Eastern Palace, he is just a mirror away.
Mysticum getting nice there, getting the 1 bomb 2 Stalfos trick. Requires some pretty good execution and timing to pull that one off.
2 Stalfos, 1 cup.
You didn't have to go there, man. My retinas are still seared from that.
I've managed to avoid it.
So Mysticum looks like he's opting not to bomb jump. There's something to be said for if you have to full clear Ice Palace, why do the bomb jump? But the bomb jump does obviate the need for the big key to explore the right side of the dungeon. I still think it's faster, even if you are doing a full clear.
Yeah, I see most of the top runners doing the bomb jump regardless, especially without having a small key to go east from the yellow trap room here. The big key really only required to open the chest if you know all of the tricks to navigate through the dungeon. Since you can fall down to the hole where you push the block, you can go up the steps and go south. The doors aren't actually locked from behind.
Right.
You just walk through the locked door.
So far, Ice Palace is not paying off for Mysticum, and it is allowing yogidamonk to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, but once he finished his Palace of Darkness, he's still going to be behind by Misery Mire. However, if he's in go mode at Misery Mire, it might make that a little faster for him.
Because Mysticum did have to do essentially a full clear.
Yeah, Mysticum had to do a full clear of Mire. Although Yogi did do a full clear of Swamp, which Mysticum avoided. But hey, what if you're Mysticum right now and thinking, gosh, that ether could still be... Alright, no vanilla boots, sadly. But another pendant dungeon paying off for Mysticum here. Very
Absolutely.
Well done.
2 pendant dungeons, 2 payoffs for Mysticum here.
And looks like he might actually opt to finish this dungeon. So he's found the heart container and the boots. That heart container actually keeping him alive right now. Maybe he's gonna stay and find that 3rd item. Wow, not even grabbing that heart.
You've got to think now that that Mysticum has got a pretty substantial lead on Yogi.
Oh, he got poked by the fire bar, but I think he's got a fairy.
Yeah. Safety fairy.
Pedestal again was just rupees. The only outstanding item right now is Ether Medallion,
Which could still be with Sahasrara.
There are really no limitations on where that could be outside of Turtle Rock. Red mail and the blue mail location. Progressive armor, guys.
Mysticum's got plenty.
Yogidamonk not up on his red cane strats, or he is, but just forgot for a second.
The longer it goes, and particularly when you get around the hour 20, hour 30 mark, where it's not unreasonable to believe that a seed could be completed at that time, you just start to get more and more nervous, staring at that IRC chat, waiting for your opponent to dot done, because you're like, oh my god, did he make a better decision? Did I miss a route? So the longer this goes, the more you're apt to make a mistake like that, forgetting that you have a particular item.
Yeah, and some runners opt to hide the SRL chat for that reason, because it makes them a little more nervous. I personally, you know, kind of calm down a little when I see my opponent finish, so, you know, it's not... It doesn't really hurt me to see that dot done. Yeah. Only my feelings.
That's right. For me, it's kind of... Sometimes, though, it is a little bit refreshing that your opponent hasn't, none of your opponents have dot done yet, so you know that as long as I don't see that, I'm doing okay. You know?
Yeah. Oh, and I did also want to point out that after finding that red mail in Ice Palace, Mysticum had picked up all 3 drops from that place, so and that combined with his knowledge of the Master Sword pedestal, knowing he didn't need the red pendant, allowed him to, without having any risk of leaving anything behind. And okay, so Mysticum routing into a couple new item locations that the boots have unlocked. Flanctuary items, both of which require boots.
If he finds Ether Medallion, he will be in go mode.
Yep. But we all know that it's in the Haunted Grove. He has to go to the library to get the shovel. And Yogidamonk finishing up his, what did I call it before? The Palace of Eastern Darkness or something? I don't know. Palace of Darkness. Finishes the Helmet King and he's gonna go ahead and try to plan out his next move. I don't know where he's going. Is he is not going in the Eastern Palace. We know boots aren't there, but as far as Ether goes...
So Mysticum about to check out King's Tomb here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what the king had buried with him this time.
Ether Medallion.
Oh, that's go
Mysticum
mode.
is in go mode.
Maybe the king thought that he would need the Ether Medallion to freeze all of the demons in the afterlife.
No, that's why they killed the king, because he had the Ether Medallion.
Yeah, too bad they forgot to loot his corpse. But good news for Mysticum. Although, he's looking for something.
I guess one of those, he figured, I'm right here, it's only about a 15-second diversion to this cave, let me go ahead and grab it.
I mean, I don't know. He's got all the top gear. He has Silver Arrow, Butter Sword, Red Mail, Mirror Shield. He's got a couple bottles. He knows Bugnet isn't there. Really don't know what the game is. Oh, he did leave a Tempered Sword on the ledge there. Good for him. This is kind of interesting. I think I would have opted to go into the Dark World and mirror outside of the left entrance, and then mirror back, but it's probably about the same. The mirror animations do take up a little bit of time.
And in the overall scheme of things, it's not going to make too much of a difference in his time. All he has to do, because he's been here before, all he's got to do is pick up the big key and then head straight for Landmalus, which will only take two hits each with the butter sword, or if he feels like doing it in style, one shot each with the silver arrows.
Yeah, hopefully the sword beams won't get in his way. So yeah, we did not have anything at Sahasrarlo or even Eastern Palace. Huh.
As you just said a minute ago, he's got all the top gear has been found. No
yeah,
real.
Maybe he was looking for bombos. I don't know.
Because why not, right? Bombos can help. And I say that because bombos can help significantly in the gauntlet in Ganon's tower.
Or half magic, maybe he wanted to find that. Maybe he'll check a couple chests from here to the end just for that item. That's the one he's missing. Another butter sword for Yogidamonk. Too bad he did not take a dual wielding proficiency.
It wasn't the right character class. Link's a bard.
I could see that. I mean, he's got like a little bit of magic, medium armor.
When they were coding the randomizer, they found the quarter magic upgrade in the game's code, but it was never actually put in the game. They put it into randomizer, and we realized why it was not actually put in the game, because it breaks the game.
Yeah, I think they actually had to fix how quarter magic reacted with cape, didn't they?
I don't recall. But when
anyway,
you have...
Chat's talking about Bugnet, and Bugnet was actually found. It's on Lake Hylia Island.
That's correct.
He does do silver arrows. One-shot these fools.
Nice. That was a 2-cycle, I think.
Yeah, I'd say 1 1/4 cycle.
True.
But yeah, pretty much 2-cycle. So he has Desert Palace Crystal. Only thing left for him is Turtle Rock, and we should probably go ahead and update that he has Ether.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
I got it.
Desert Palace Crystal. Alright, so yeah, the only thing he's missing is half magic and Bugnet and Bombos.
Looks like he's going to take a safety potion or 2 here before he heads off to Turtle Rock.
He didn't waste his money on Zora, did he?
I don't believe so. Yeah, Zora was just a life lesson and a piece of heart. So
you know why? I think he didn't, because he was kind of on that route, but then he found Ether on his way over there, King's Tomb. So he had no need to go to... Zora was probably next on his list, Catfish and Zora, after he grabbed to go to after King's Tomb. Whoops! It jumps a little too far, Link, old buddy, old pal.
It's not the fall, it's the sudden stop. Yogi making some good time here in Misery Mire, but
no boots. Well, Mystic didn't have boots in here either. Yeah, Mystic 2 big plays in this race. Going for the dingers, the home runs, and he got both of them in Swamp Palace and Ice Palace, with many unchecked overworld locations. So, you know, kudos for him knowing when to take those calculated risks.
I think that's why people like watching randomizer races so much, because there's the execution, which helps bring down your time, but there's also the decision making, and are you willing to take the risk? And that's why it's such a good thing for people to watch, because you never know when one small little decision is going to make or break the race.
Hey Tingle, wanna get us a fairy in a bottle? I'm trying to think of a character in the Legend of Zelda universe that's like, would be like Boo Boo, and Tingle's the best I came up with.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Zelda's like the ranger, I think. Yogi Boo Boo would be like I don't know. Be like Navi.
Hey, listen!
Hey! I don't think Princess Zelda's gonna like that, Yogi!
Oh, Yogi taking out Vitreous and getting a small key for his reward.
Boots were in Ice Palace, the laser trap. I think the vanilla big key chest it was? They were in there somewhere.
Now the Ice Palace big key chest was the red mail. Boots.
No, that
were...
was the big chest. The chest that normally has the big key.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Alex Supernova in the chat says Zelda is a ninja. Remember Ocarina of Time? Absolutely.
Some of us haven't played that yet. That game doesn't come out for like another 5 years from this universe.
Yeah, this is 1991, and Ocarina was 98.
Yeah, like I said, 5 years.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Link still has to go get trapped in a dream somehow. I don't know if I've ever made it through a single commentary without talking about Link's Awakening.
So Mysticum in go mode here in Turtle Rock allows him to skip a significant portion. He's got one key, and it is highly... Let's see which way... Okay, he is going to go...
yeah, all he has to do is steal a key from the Pokey, and then he'll have enough to clear to the end. There's one key in the roller pin room, and then there's one key north of the laser bridge, so...
You can take a gamble and skip this room if you're willing to gamble on a key being in the laser room. However...
Yeah, the laser room or the other place. Oh, he's lost his magic from the anti-fairy and not able to do the fire rod strat he was looking for. He's maybe trying a little too hard to avoid that bunny beam. Hey, like I said, 5 years. Oh! He missed the crack.
I never said I could do math. That's why I'm an attorney and I married an accountant.
There you go. You got someone to do all your math for you.
That's right.
Oh, Mysticum actually misrouting. Unless he's just really looking for that half magic, there's no reason for him to come this way.
And as my wife Sleepy Frau always says when the eyes start shooting lasers, we've got spaghetti.
Your wife says that? Your wife
does.
watches this? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
My wife's trying to make it through Link to the Past for the first time now. She never had a Super NES
Oh, cool.
growing up, so I bought some Repro Super NES controllers and for our PCs, and she's making her way through Link to the Past for the first time right about now.
He's not looking for Bugnet. Bugnet is on the Lake Hylia Island. I'm pretty sure Mysticum checked that. I think he just forgot how many keys he needed, honestly. Or he's looking for half magic. He's not looking for Bugnet, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, they both swam by the Lake Hylia Island, so they both know where it is. Of course, by this time, it's entirely possible they could have forgotten. So Yogi about to be pleasantly surprised to find the red mail, but still has not found the button.
Oh, well he actually, after grabbing that small key, rather than fall down to the big chest, he's gonna head this way. Pretty smart, I'd say. I definitely like going east from the spike trap room.
Quick way to collect more small chests because... Oh yeah, because in Randomizer, the big chest is just another chest like any other. So you're not more likely or not to find an item in that chest than any of the other chests.
Okay, let's see how Mysticum does on his Trinex fight. Like we said, he's got decked out in all the top gear. not
Yogi,
counting half
finding the
magic.
boots.
There we go, and he's gonna mirror out rather than try to find anything else in here. Red mail is here, but you know, not required by any stretch.
Mysticum taking down Trinex here, and he doesn't really have to worry. One worry that some people have with Trinex is running out of magic, because you have to use both the fire and the ice rod. It's particularly a problem if you don't have Butter Sword, but Mysticum also got a safety potion before he came up here, so 3 swipes with Butter Sword. Trinex is gone. It is Ganon's Tower time. So, chat, there are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. Which chest is going to have the big key for Mysticum?
I personally am gonna say bonk chest, as in the torch.
Bonk chest. I'm gonna have to go 13 because I was born on the 13th. So
13th hour of the 13th day of the 13th month.
You know, it's funny, when I turned 13, it was 13 on the 13th of the month, and it was a Friday the 13th. I shouldn't even be here. So, yogidamonk finds Ether. He is now in go mode. He's going to have to quickly clear out Desert Palace.
So if half magic is on the torch, does Mysticum commit Babacide?
Will Bob live or die? The eternal... That's the second popular question for Ganon's Tower. Will Bob live or die?
Ah, half a heart.
So Mysticum going left side. He's taken a bunch of gambles so far this game, but this time he is not going to take the right side gamble in Ganon's Tower.
Yep. Yogidamonk did go in the back door of Desert Palace, which I believe is faster than the way Mysticum did it. Especially since you skipped that door opening animation. So Bob lives matter.
And you make a good point there, is because since he has the mirror, he can get in that back door and go straight to the boss room. So.
And there's Bamos.
Finding Bamos.
Just in time for the gauntlet. Yogidamonk doesn't need your magic decanter. He'll get a refill after killing Landmo. Whoop!
Mysticum having a little problems with his hookshot strats.
Yeah, I think Ganon put a banana peel on that lich.
Who let Birdie from Street Fighter in here?
Birdie.
Street Fighter 5.
I thought that was from Super Mario Brothers 2. I mean, Doki Doki Panic.
That's right. Yeah, which Super Mario Brothers 2 are you talking about? Are you talking about the real one or the one they released here in the United States?
I mean, Doki Doki Panic. Although I'm curious if anyone else remembers Birdo and Ostro's names being mixed up on the original game, or maybe not the original game, but on the All-Stars version. During the credits when all the names go by, I always remember Birdo being the ostrich, like the guy that the Shy Guys ride, and Ostro being the dinosaur that spits eggs out.
So Yogi's gonna head out to Turtle Rock.
TM, the real one is the one in the US. I mean, the Japanese one, Super Mario Brothers 2, is basically an SMB1 ROM hack. That's true.
It really is. It yeah. But it was too difficult to be released over here.
I mean, come on. They thought Final Fantasy V was too hard for us. Or maybe they didn't like it because there was... Maybe, like, Nintendo of America didn't approve it because of Faris.
So Mysticum in the teleporter room here. Still has not found the big key. Getting a little trolled by Ganon's Tower. It's probably... See
nice
if it's on...
strats.
That's one I've never been able to pull off.
I'm thinking we're gonna see maybe a sub 10 bonk count.
For Mysticum? I don't think sub 10.
Yeah, sub 20
Hi,
maybe.
Bob.
I mean,
Everyone say hi to Bob.
Hi, Bob. Bob just teleported to the other side of the room. Wow, regressive shields, everybody. Mirror shield to fireball shield in the 4-chest stall child room. And then Bob's chest holding the little itty bitty blue shield.
Mysticum making very short work of the Armos Knights with the silver arrows.
Yep, and yogidamonk's gonna go ahead and grab his ultimate crystal.
And there's the big key. Wow.
That's almost a vanilla big key, off by a couple pixels.
Yep.
Off by, I guess, 32 pixels in each dimension, so 32 times the square root of 2. If you go diagonal at a 45-degree angle.
So if you pick chest 17, you earn our love and affection, as is the standard going rate for correctly guessing which chest will hold the big key.
Yep, yogidamonk wisely just attacking the hit from Barry there, as if you get electrocuted, it will knock you off the orange platform. And Mysticum, also important, has plenty of arrows to get through those first 2 rooms of the 2nd floor. He's through it no problem, and he's got way more than enough, as you only need 4 silver arrows to finish off Ganon.
And Mysticum doing the swag dash down the side of that room, not hitting a single trap. Oh, nice cape strats for the dash across the bridge there.
Yeah, and silver arrow is weapon of choice for gauntlet here, and it's also a very good weapon to have for land mode 2. Oh, really nice aim. Sharpshooter Mysticum.
He's been practicing at the bow and arrow game in the Village of Outcasts.
I almost wish this were one of the old shooter arcade games where it gives you your accuracy shot. Man, that one across the belt too.
Mysticum is tearing up the gauntlet with this insane bow shots here. He's a one-man highlight reel through the gauntlet. Oh man, commentator's curse. Commentator's curse.
Yeah, why'd you go and say that? I'm just kidding.
It's all my fault.
He got him though. He shot him. He showed him what's what.
And dashing straight through the bunny beam room, which will guarantee the pattern on Landmalas.
Alright, let's double check, review. Yeah, Mysticum, if Mysticum wins this race, which is the foreseeable outcome at this point, then that will put us in another 3-way tie for Group U.
3-way hype. There are 2 3-way races already this weekend.
There's one tonight, I think.
And I don't know if the world can handle another 3-way race, but it's gonna have to.
There's one tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern time. That one is with Darko, Elminster, and F. Coughlin. And if you thought my puns were bad, just hope Elminster wins so they can pull him into. Well, I'm sure they'll pull everyone in for an interview if it's pretty close. That'll be the last race of the night. So you know, make sure you look forward to hearing Elminster. He's basically my master of punnery.
And we have 2 3-way races scheduled for Sunday, one at 1 o'clock Eastern and one at 6 o'clock Eastern. So we'd have a 4th 3-way race if Mysticum holds on to win this one. Mysticum, just for a lark, checking the 2 chests here in Little Helmisur room. He already had a key, but...
Well, checking one of them. I think he wants to find that half magic, but not enough to go too far out of his way.
True.
You may see a Moldorm 2 chest check. Oh man, you can get both of those fairies.
There's half magic.
Just in time.
think you're right. I think he was just trolling for half magic. So, and Moldorm too with Butter Sword, no challenge whatsoever.
Oh yeah, well, since he got that half magic, that frees him up to use his cape here, and he'll have no problem. He does have a backup blue potion as well.
And run validated.
Totally worth. So yeah, I do also want to mention the really safe cape strats that he's using. I mean, he especially doesn't want to fall to Moldorm too. He's thinking, I want to finish this as soon as possible. I don't want anything bad to happen.
So Mysticum starting up the Aghanim 2 fight. Let's see, does he play pool? Well, we're about to find out, because it's all about the angles on this fight.
I think that double only registered one hit in the second round there.
I think that's correct. I don't think there was enough time. Now that was a double right there. But...
Oh yeah. Should have 2 more hits left, I believe. Whoop!
Now we have
that was close to a nice 4 round.
And we have had a runner get a double triple on
nice
on Aghanim 2.
So Mysticum just now leaving Ganon's Tower, and yogidamonk just now entering Ganon's Tower. And in the randomizer world for Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, that is a close race, my friends. Yep, 1 1 2 1 1. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Alright, anyone see the Clue
1 plus
movie?
1 plus 1 plus 1. Not
No,
1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if it was 2 on the chandelier, that'd be 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
The point is, there are no bullets left in this gun. So,
I wasn't sure if anybody actually saw that movie, but Tim Curry was a genius in it.
Absolutely.
Almost as good as he was in Muppet Treasure Island. Actually, probably better. Even though Muppet Treasure Island. But Muppet Treasure Island's got, like, the Muppets in it, so Tim Curry can't really steal the show like he did in Clue.
Mysticum's now in, about to get in Ganon's final phase here, see if he gets the torch glitch.
Alright, Pyromant says Clue is probably the best movie based on a board game. I don't know how much competition it has. I guess Jumanji is he was a little too south! He's got silver arrows, so he'll finish up in no time.
And he, not only that, he's got half magic and potions, so...
Oh, almost a triple hit. Any other movies based on board games? Other than Clue and Jumanji?
Buttersword,
this should be another double hit here. He's positioned for it. There he goes.
And that is
Finished
it.
off Aghanim. All he has to do is walk across the walkway into the Triforce room without falling in the hole. Interesting fact, if you're standing on that platform and you try to dash west or east, you'll actually bonk rather than fall off into the hole. Don't believe me? Go ahead and try it for yourself in your next race, guys.
So everyone who was hoping for a 3-way tie has gotten their wish.
Yep, Mysticum successfully ending the Dominion of Dr. Wily, finishing with an SRL first place time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 40 seconds. Oh, was the Battleship movie real? I thought that was a joke trailer.
No, that was a real thing. Sadly enough, that was a real thing.
I mean, and then Wreck-It Ralph was basically a movie based on Candyland.
But congratulations to Mysticum. He has just made pool use much, much more interesting.
Yep. I guess that just means Mysticum wanted to pull you all in for another tiebreaker match.
Oh, the puns. Oh my god. Alright, mine was bad cross product, but whew.
I've been doing this a while. Not really. I've been a smart aleck for 31 years.
But definitely congratulations to Mysticum and yogidamonk with this particular seed. I mean, he has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. He has done a fantastic job with this run as well.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, yogidamonk probably made all of the statistically correct moves. It was Mysticum taking those chances that really won him the match. And we have another Bob teleport.
And chat, make sure to follow the runners. They all deserve a follow, deserve your attention, because they are working hard and doing some amazing things with video games on their channels. We have Sarara homecoming.
Yep, and another 21 for yogidamonk, or 17. Yeah, so it's 5 he didn't check. Another 17th chest for yogidamonk, opposite to the left of and right. We'll see if he stops to look for half magic.
Hello. And we have Mysticum in. Congratulations, Mysticum. You have not only won, but you've also forced a 3-way tie in Group U.
Well, thank you. I'm especially glad for a 3-way tiebreak. Always fun for the audience to watch. Got super mega lucky during the rondo.
And we were going to ask you about that, Mysticum. So twice you decided to jump into pendant dungeons, and it paid off huge, both with finding the boots in Ice Palace. Just walk us through your decision making, what you were thinking at that time.
I'm not sure I want to do that because it was a mistake, honestly. I was so happy going into Swamp Palace because the routing was pretty good. I could catch up with the dam items that I missed, and at the same time, I mean, the dam item is also slightly faster when I had the mirror, and also finish after Swamp Palace, which is basically 6 items in that dungeon. So it's pretty good item.
Get them all. I was actually wondering how scared were you that Ether or Boots would turn up in Swamp Palace on a return visit?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Swamp Palace was a crystal dungeon. I didn't realize it was a pendant dungeon until I was halfway through it, and I realized due to the music that this is a waste of time. So I sort of panicked a bit there, and I decided there's still 2 chests. There's the big chest and 2 chests after that, and the waterfall chest. So there's like 4 item locations that takes like 1.5 minute check. So I decided I'll go for them. The 2 on the west side, I did miss them, but they're also a bit slow to take for just 2 item locations. So I did check the 4 item locations instead, and on the last one was the bow, and was just it was just very lucky.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure that everybody heard a very important tip during that that you can listen to the music, and the music will cue you into whether you're in a pendant dungeon or a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. That's very good advice. I did check the map first, but I thought Skullwoods for some reason was a pendant dungeon. So I went to Ice Palace, and then I realized, okay, this is not the case. So I'm not gonna go into a pendant dungeon on purpose when I'm in go mode for crystal dungeons. I might as well clear them out, just see what I get on the way.
We saw you fly over to Ice Palace and then double check the map before walking in. Little did you know you had to go in there anyway.
Yeah, and then I just headed back to Ice Palace. I don't think that was too much of a gamble. I know I have some locations. Usually when I play the matches, I have been using paper and pen and to just track all the item locations I checked. I didn't do that this time because I've done a lot of SRL races without tracker or anything. So I felt really confident. But the early Titansmith threw me off guard because you're not used to that in the 19 version because of the progressive items. So now I got totally off guard and on a different path. So I become a little unsure what items I had checked or not. So
not to interrupt our guest, but yogidamonk here just ran out of time on the torches in Ganon's tower, so he's having to redo them.
Yeah, fortunately he grabbed that blue potion on the pyramid. That really came in handy, and he'll have a refill here as well as half magic coming up pretty soon if he checks the chest.
So Mysticum, tell us here too, is that this was when we've seen times as low in this tournament, as low as an hour 19, at any point were you starting to get paranoid that maybe you were falling behind because of the amount of time? This was a little bit of a longer seed than normal, so were you getting worried that you were falling behind?
Not too much actually. Usually I'm hyper stressed about the fact that the opponent might finish at any second. But this time it was a straightforward seed, and I know that my execution is about the same level as Yogi. So after finding that bow in Swamp Palace, I thought now I should be ahead. Even I know Yogi is sometimes kind of a gambler, and he might have done the same or done some other gamble that may have paid off. But after doing,
it didn't take. It didn't take him too long to go into Swamp Palace, but he put off Ice Palace for a long time. So it kind of went both ways for him.
And yogidamonk deciding to skip the validation chest, which Mysticum went ahead and hit. We're coming up on
one fair and square then.
That's right, absolutely.
Oh boy.
We're coming up on your bonk count, Mysticum. Any? I think the chat was some people in the chat were saying 17 bonks, 14, 13. What do you think?
About 15, perhaps.
Yeah, 15. Boots were so late, I can't imagine the bonk count being too high.
Chat saying no three-way race now that Yogi forgot to validate his run.
It's actually funny. I did one seed the other day that was completely bootless and also required the master sword. It was a really long run. And when people started guessing for 0 bunks, I thought, who is that amazing to have 0 bunks? Before I realized, of course, it was a bootless seed.
Alright, so Yogi taking down Aghanim 2, only has Ganon to worry about.
Oh wait, that's Mirror. Oh wait, 10 bonks.
10 bonks.
I was gunning for the sub 10. You had sub 10 bonks. You had to go and do your Ganon's Tower bonk skips, didn't you? Could have had 9 if you walked through the invisible bridge.
Oh, speaking of bonks, speaking of Ganon's Tower, I think this gauntlet execution was probably the best I've done ever.
Oh yeah, we were commenting on that. Your accuracy with the silver
everything was like on the spot.
So good.
So.
Yeah, I think you missed one shot out of like 10 or 15.
Yeah, that was really lucky. But on the other hand, I practiced a lot, so.
So yeah, it wasn't lucky. It was practice.
I think it was a bit luck as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Nothing wrong with a little humility.
Luck is when opportunity and skill collide, man.
Yeah. There you go.
Dark Magic saying Carcat programmed in the bonk counter, and we are thankful to Carcat for that because it gives everybody something else to speculate about.
Yep. Oh, I was also asking you, Mysticum, wanted to ask you, was it the half magic you were looking for? We saw you check a few extra chests, not only in Ganon's Tower, but there was one on the Graveyard Cliff. Was it half magic you were looking for at that point?
The Graveyard Cliff was actually before I realized I was in go mode, so I just brought up the item menu afterwards and realized, yeah, I'm in go mode. Let's get the fuck out of here. But in Ganon's Tower, I tend to always check the left chest in the double chest room. I also like to check the chest before Moldorm and the validation chest, because they're on the way. It takes like 2 extra seconds to pick them up, and in this case it could actually contain, even a heart container would be very good. So
okay, GG's to yogidamonk. He has finished in 2nd place with an official speedrun live time of 1 hour 53 minutes 17 seconds. Good game to him. Again, as we were saying earlier, congratulations to you, Mysticum, for winning, but he probably made all of the statistically correct choices in the game. It was your gambles that ended up making the difference. So,
yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. This was not one of the best routings I've done. Fairly okay execution-wise, but I'm not very proud of my routing. The next game I'm gonna bring in a checklist for sure.
Yeah, whether you're proud of it or not, it was good enough to win. So that's the important part.
Yeah, but I need to do much better if I'm gonna have a shot in the three-way tiebreak.
Yeah. Well, you're up against some killers, and when it comes, and if you make it into bracket mode, it's up against some real killers.
Oh, yeah,
and best of 3 killers at that. Which,
So yeah,
will possibly take the. It'll kind of lower the weight of chance in the match, since it's a best of 3 and the single elims.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can't really pull off these kind of gambles and get successful. I mean, it's much harder. But I also do want to point out the bracket does give some room for more practicing. And going into this tournament, I've only done a couple of seeds, and I think my average time was about 3 hours or something. So now I have an average on 1:42. So it's getting much better. So if I can practice even more, I think I can increase my chances by a lot.
So for the chat and for everyone else, again, congratulations to you, Mysticum, winning this seed. We have 3 more races coming at you tonight. At 8 o'clock, we have Quiz Bowl versus Pika Pals. That's going to be on Speed Gaming 2. At 10 o'clock Eastern Time, we have a 3-way between Darko, Elminster, and F. Coughlin on Speed Gaming 1. And at 10:30, we have the number 1 ranked Speedruns Live randomizer runner, whose name I cannot pronounce, so I'll just call him ACMLM, against Janice Zeal 6. That will be at 10.
That's
again,
how most people say it.
Yeah, that'll be at 10:30 p.m. on Speed Gaming 2.
Yep, and also right here on Vanilla Speed Gaming, in just 30 minutes, it looks like there's a tournament race for Ori and the Blind Forest. So you Ori fans will want to stick around for that as well. And we're going to go ahead, since we've got a little bit of time here, going to pull Yogi in and see, give him a chance to say a few words. Well played, Yogi.
Hey, thanks.
Good game. It was actually, I would call it really close. I mean, entering into Ganon's tower just as Mysticum was finishing up Aghanim in the world of Randomizer, I definitely put that as a close race.
GG Mysticum. That was a pretty tough seed.
Yeah,
I think it was a great say. I've been explaining during the interview here that I got a bit lucky going into Swamp Palace, thinking it was a crystal dungeon and finding the bow. So a bit sorry for that, but we have at least we have a tie break now, and that's gonna be amazing.
Not only 2 pendant dungeons required to dip into, but 2 of the longer ones too, with a lot of items to check in Swamp, and just everything so sprawled out in Ice Palace. Kind of the last place you really want to go.
Yeah, for sure.
But we were saying that you made a lot of statistically good decisions that just unfortunately did not pay off this time. I mean, it's kind of like for anybody that plays cards. I mean, you can make the right decisions, but that doesn't mean that you win all the time. So definitely want to congratulate you on the excellent routing for this race.
Yep, almost did 100% of all the chests.
Oh, that can happen. That can happen in the randomizer, particularly when the boots, being a required item, were buried in a pendant dungeon. But from a newbie perspective here, I couldn't see any flaws in your choices or your routing. It's just a matter of taking gambles, and when they pay off, they're great, and sometimes they don't. But wow, it was a heck of a race.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think there's only 3 locations for 300 rupees, so I think actually they found both of the 300 rupee stashes. I think there was something different at Pedestal. Go ahead, Mysticum.
No, I just want to say, as usual, I hope it at least was a good race to watch and an exciting game for the audience.
Yep. Got a little bit of time before yogidamonk's bonk counter comes up here.
Chat. What do you got on
Take a look at that.
What do y'all got on yogidamonk's bonk counter? So Mysticum only had 10, so I'm gonna just guess the same. I guess y'all both had the same bonk counts. Yogi,
I'm gonna
you
say 9 because he didn't do the bonk strat in the teleport room. I'm gonna
but
say
Yogi,
he's gonna
you
win
didn't
in
validate
bonks.
your run.
Oh boy.
Takes an extra second.
That's right. Saving the frames, man.
What if I lose
Yeah.
by 1 second?
So,
Right,
do you think we'll have a Moldorm chest check incentive for SGDQ coming up?
If it gets as out of control as saving the animals, or saving or killing the animals, that would be interesting.
Alrighty. So missing one Y item. That, of course, is the bug net that was on Lake Hylia Island.
Which I
the
thought was
bottom.
required for Aghanim, but I guess I was wrong.
Well, they didn't fight Aghanim one though. It might be. So it looks like. Do we already have we already have it scheduled for you guys to have your three-way tiebreaker?
Actually, we're doing that as we speak now, and
Yeah,
it seems like
DM. Yeah. Go ahead. You can say it.
it looks like we're gonna have the tiebreak on Sunday, 5 p.m. For Eastern time. So
I'm
that's
getting
gonna
the
be
confirmation from Dark Magician here. Yeah. Wow.
that's
so
gonna be 23 o'clock for Swedish time. So around or before midnight for European time.
okay, we have 12 bonks for yogidamonk here.
I think I was batting at one point.
And 0 deaths. A sub 5 menu time, which is, I'd say, pretty good for a kind of seed that forces you into basically every corner of Hyrule.
As Dark Magician just pointed out, it is three-way Sunday this Sunday. Sunday! And the Link to the Past Randomizer tournament. Three-way matches to decide who advances out of group.
Yeah, I put it any better than that. So one more time, I just want to make sure that everybody is following these two amazing runners. Give a follow to Mysticum and yogidamonk. Make sure you also give a follow to Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2. We have a couple races tonight, or at least one on Speed Gaming 2 tonight. And yeah, once again, just reporting the official SRL final times. We have yogidamonk finishes in second place with 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 17 seconds. And we have Mysticum finish in first place with 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 40 seconds. Once again, my name is Cross Product. I'm joined by tonight's racers and by Phantom Rio. Phantom, you want to go ahead and sign us off?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patronage and your viewing and your eyeballs and your attention. We love each and every one of you. Thank you for watching Speed Gaming. For myself, for Cross Product, Mysticum, Yogi, and everyone that works, thank you so much. Have a good night, and we hope to see you back later on tonight for more exciting races.
Thank you.